Welcome back to the Skitch on Wheels channel. If you're new here, thanks for dropping in. Today, I'm gonna ride an awesome naked sport bike. Yeah, with so much torque, I don't know what to do with it. The bike scares me. It's the Yamaha MT-09. It's a 2023 model, sitting right here behind me. So we're gonna get out on that bike today. I'm gonna do a little Cherohala Skyway. Gonna finish up on the 129 world famous Dragon. I'm gonna take it out today, and I'm gonna show to you that this is not the bike for me. When it's all said and done, I'm gonna give it a Skitch score.
The Doug scores.
No, a Skitch score.
The Doug scores.
All right, whatever. We're gonna give it my score, and we're gonna talk about it. So it's really a brisk 50 degrees today, which I don't mind riding in the cold weather. And I don't really consider this cold, except there's something missing here. I'm on a naked sport bike, the Yamaha MT-09. Got a lot to talk about, lot to discuss, because this bike can get you in trouble. Yeah, so there's different modes on the bike. I've got it in mode 3 now. The cool thing about this is you can change it on the fly. Like I'm gonna go and change it to 2. 1 is just the highest performance you can get. 2 is right next to it, you know. I mean, it's ridiculous how torquey this is. I mean, it is a dangerous bike. It's a dangerous bike for me in my hands. Now, supposedly in 4, it's more like an MT-07. And believe me, when you get up into the 5,000 to 7,000 range, you know, RPM, it's torquey, believe me. But the throttle is not as twitchy. I mean, it still can be a little bit. Oh, they got dogs hunting up here. Hunting bear again. But yeah, the throttle, I mean, it just doesn't throw you back like it does on when you're in 2 or 1. So let's go down. We're gonna go down to 2 and do that. Yeah, see, big difference. I ain't going to 1, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't have a death wish. Not gonna do it. You know, and you might say, well, why not just stay in 4 until you get better and better and better? And that's a good way to learn. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I just don't know if I'll ever get there, because I'll always want to push it. And that's just in my nature. Just feeling the horsepower, the torque, the speed. It's just an adrenaline rush, and I should not be trusted. So back to my original point, why not just keep it in mode 4, which is right there. The reason not to keep it in mode 4 is because you've got an 890cc bike, and mode 4 treats it more like a 700cc bike or 650 or something. And once you're in mode 4 and you're on this bike, it's like 100 other bikes out there. I mean, the power is very similar. So, yeah, you don't buy this bike. Don't buy this bike if you think you're going to live in mode 4, because you're not going to do it. You're going to switch it up. You're going to try to go and push the limits. And I've always pushed the limits on my bike a little bit, just so I know where they are and my skill at riding that bike. This bike scares me. This bike will throw you off the back. I've wheelied this bike when I first started riding it without really knowing I was going to wheelie it. And I didn't watch any videos on the bike. I didn't really have any information about it. I didn't even know what MT stood for, Master of Torque. I'm going to call it the Monster of Torque, because it's a monster. But Master of Torque, and that's what this thing is. It's a triple inline, but it is smooth, and it just flies. It just flies. Now, granted, this isn't anything like a super bike. You know, this bike will do 130 mile an hour. Some of them will do 180, but it's just torquey. And when you're in mode 2 or mode 1, that throttle is twitchy. And you can whiskey throttle this thing. And you don't want to be in mode 2 or 1 and find yourself up in a wheelie, bouncing down and then pulling back, because the bike's going to throw you back. And you're whiskey throttling this. That's it. You're done. It's over. Game over. You are off the bike. And so this bike just scares me. I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself. I don't go out to the Dragon very often. I'll never ride it on a weekend. It's a Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday now. It's not even 50 degrees out. And so it's cold, it's brisk. Not many people are going to be out on the Dragon. I'm going to head there and ride this. I feel like I'm going to do something wrong. So I am, no matter what, I am keeping this in mode 4 when I'm riding the Dragon. It's smooth. It's a great bike. This is a wonderful bike. I recommend if you like this type of thing, you know yourself what you'll do on it, and you know your skill level. If it's there and you'll be fine, then go buy it. It's great. Yeah, I used to own a Suzuki GS 1100E, 82 or 81, something like that, old school. And yeah, no, nothing like this. It's ridiculous. And this is a naked bike, in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't even have a side panel on it. You can see the regulator on the side. You can look through the frame and see to the other side. The frame's like an alloy aluminum one-piece lightweight frame or something like that. So basically, you're strapped onto a 114 horsepower engine between your legs, and it's like game on. I will say the seat's not bad. It's a good, comfortable riding position. Like I said, I've been on it 2-3 hours at a time, you know, and I've been fine. Back's hurt a little bit, but that's just me and age. But it's surprisingly comfortable. But I'll tell you, I don't like naked bikes. I don't. I like a little bit of fairing out there. If I'm going to be going fast, or a bike like this, it's going to make me go fast. You know, nothing wrong with feeling the wind in your face, but you don't know how many bugs I've picked off my helmet and off my jacket and the whole front of this bike. You should see it. It's a mess. So this bike just is a bug collector. Look at that. It's Bug City, and it's cold out. It's not even in the middle of summer. So and the wind just buffets you around, your head's rocking, knocking back and forth. You know, I just, you know, I guess I'm getting old. I'm over that stuff. But see, here I am. I can't live at 4. I gotta go down to 2 and even 1, just because I need that rev the ratchet down. I need that. Oh, look at that. That's it. We're going down. Take her back down to 4. I can't be trusted. I can't trust myself. I'm my own worst enemy. I want to do that all the time. And I don't know I don't know how to fix that. I'm born that way, I guess. And I'm not a huge risk taker. I mean, I don't feel like I am. I'm cautious. I'm always looking. I mean, my eyes scan left and right all the time. I'm looking at the road. I'm turning into the turn before the turn's there. I mean, I'm doing everything I can to stay safe. But I'm also looking for opportunities to just grip it and rip it. And that's just not good. That's not healthy. So the MT-09, super great bike. All those of you that have one, man, enjoy it. I know you are. Those of you who want one, think about it. Find a friend that's got one, test ride it, get yourself on one, unless you've been on sport bikes a lot. But you know, definitely, if you're thinking about an MT-09 as a beginner bike, just don't do it. And I know there's plenty of people that started with the MT-09 as a beginner bike. It's light, it's nimble, it's easy to turn, but gosh, if you got on this bike and didn't really figure the modes out and play with them a lot, and you just started like, I can do mode 2, you're gonna be in a world of hurt, I'm telling you. But yeah, if you like this bike, you go buy it. I can tell you right now, my family, my wife and kids, whoever listens to this that knows me, they're gonna make me sell this bike now after putting this video up. They are not gonna be letting me ride this bike anymore. Now, does that mean I'll never have a bike as powerful as this? No. I mean, there's a Triumph Tiger that I really like. It's a ADV bike that's got power, but it's controlled. It's not this torquey stuff. You know, there's some Ducatis. I used to have a Ducati. There's Ducatis I have eyes on just because I love the brand. I love the style. You know, who knows? I like bike. So who knows what will be in the garage next. But this MT-09, yeah, I gotta get rid of it. I gotta get rid of it. It's not healthy for me. You know, the good points about it is the riding position. It's a good riding position. Handlebars are just right. It's got good grip. You can throw it around the corners. And it's got really, to me, it has good brakes. Now, some people said these don't have great brakes, but man, you've never been on a Harley before, have you? I mean, these brakes stop me on a dime. We're getting up into some altitude here. It's starting to get really cold. It's probably just about 40 now. There's some more hunters up here. There's the dogs. They bring their dogs out up here, and I think you can hunt black bear now. I think black bear must be in season up here now. I don't know, maybe they don't have a season. It could happen anytime, but my last ride, I test rode a Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. You can watch that video. I'll share a link to that. And yeah, a black bear was coming out onto the road as I was riding, and he saw me and stopped and darted back into the woods. So they're out here. How are you?
Cold.
It is a little, isn't it?
10 degrees coming up from Teleco.
I would say it's 40 up here, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I know it's 6 degrees centigrade on my thermometer.
Okay.
So that's about 40. Well, folks, we're at Tail of Dragon.
But we'll take you on a little trip through the Dragon. Back in Tennessee. Oh, and look, they paved it. Wow, I bet people have been out here like crazy on this since it's been paved. Look at this. This is sweet. I don't mind telling you that I'm sick. I ran that Dragon as fast as I could on this bike. And I got about 7 miles in and I'm like, oh, I gotta stop this. Yeah, it's not an old man's game doing all that switching back and forth and turning, but it was fun. I can tell you, I ran it faster than I ever could on anything I've ever been on before. And I feel like my skill level is actually better than I thought it was. This bike can make you feel that way. But don't let it fool you. It can get out of hand really quick, but I'm still in mode 4, so I'm not gonna hurt myself. Yeah, I'm gonna rest for a minute, get my sea legs under me.
Now we're gonna break it down just a little bit, give it a score and some different topics that we can talk about. First is the styling. It's got a great look. It's a sporty bike. 90% of this bike is spot on. I think everybody agrees that the front end's kind of goofy. I mean, it is. It's just a small little area. The headlight just doesn't look like it matches the rest of the bike. When it comes to the styling of this bike, because of the front end look, we're gonna give this bike a 7 out of 10. Next up, acceleration. We're gonna give this a 9 out of 10. This MT-09 is crazy amount of torque. You know, we got to sit on the front tank just to keep the front end down if you're really getting on it. Now, I know there are some settings inside this bike in the different modes that keep it from wheeling. If you're going to use this bike to its fullest, you're going to have to sit on that tank to keep the front end down. That's how torquey this bike is. That's how quick its acceleration is. So when it comes to just pure acceleration, 9 out of 10 for the MT-09. Handling is the next category. This bike gets an 8 out of 10. It's lightweight, it's nimble in the corners. You feel like you can throw it into any turn and do anything you want with it. And to a certain extent, that's kind of a bad point because a lot of inexperienced riders get confidence on this bike and they can control the bike so easily because it has such good handling, but then you forget about the torque and the power and it's gonna back you into some trouble if you don't watch out. Next category, fun factor. We're gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Get on this bike and tell me you're not gonna leave with a smile on your face. It's so smooth, it's so comfortable, it's so quick, it's just fun, fun, fun. The cool factor, I'm hanging at a 7 out of 10 for the Yamaha. It's great, it's nice, we've talked about the front end, but man, the competition in this market is really fierce. I mean, you got the KTM Dukes, you got the Triple Speed from Triumph, you got the Ducati Street Fighter. There are some major players in this market that have a little bit higher cool factor than the MT-09. Finally, value. I'm gonna give this bike an 8 out of 10 for value, probably pushing a 9 to be honest with you. I mean, you get a lot for your money with this MT-09. For about 10,000 bucks, you've got yourself a player in the naked bike market that's gonna be one of the best you can find. So I think it's a no-brainer that this has got to be on the list when you're looking for these type of bikes. Even though it's been out for a while, there's not been major changes to it. That's because it's been such a darn good bike from the get-go. So you will not go wrong buying one of these MT-09s. We have a total score of 48 over 60. Not bad for a bike that's been out for several years and hasn't had any major changes to it. I'm ready to go ride another bike. I don't know what's going to be coming my way. I know I've got a different bike in my garage I'll be putting to the test here in a little bit. But thanks for watching the channel. If you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and we'll catch you in the next video.